Welcome to a different perspective than what you've been seeing generally over the last couple of weeks. As Chelsea fans, we've become a little bit like the fans that I used to hate back in the day. Think of the 80s and Liverpool's dominance. I started supporting Chelsea in 1980 when I was 6. Liverpool dominated the 80s. Man United dominated the 90s. Then the Arsenal come along with their invincible season. And then Chelsea and Man City pretty much have taken over. And then Liverpool in the last couple of seasons have done the same for a season or two. And when I say taken over, I mean challenging. Now remember those times when Chelsea were dominant for those 2 decades, basically. Just the most successful English club with the amount of trophies that we won in that period of time. You had the likes of Liverpool fans, the Man United fans, the Arsenal fans bleating about the Chelsea bought the league and all this sort of nonsense and the money that was being spent. I had the opinion of those supporters that why should they feel they've got a divine right to be successful? Why should they feel they got a divine right to challenge for titles and trophies? Why is it? Is it purely based on the past? And that's the feeling that I had. You don't have a divine right. You have to earn the right. And those at the time, the Liverpools, the Arsenals, Tottenhams, continually, as we all know, with Tottenham, but the Liverpools and the Arsenals of this world and the Man Uniteds were bleating, but they didn't earn the right to challenge for the Premier League title until more recently, with regards to Liverpool. And I couldn't stand those supporters because it's like, you've got this divine right for what? For the past. And that's what we've become. That's what the Chelsea fan base generally have become. Yes, we've got ourselves a standard that was hit a long, long time ago. But that standard was created by a squad of players that were experienced Premier League players that had, time and time again, 1 or 2 come in, that had sort of adapted to the nucleus of the squad that was already there. And, you know, that squad stayed together for the most part for God knows how long. And they were successful. They were dominant. And we kept adding to that. We kept building and building. And it was a squad full of experience and a blend of players that were new into the country from foreign leagues or younger players. But we had a blend, which we haven't got right now. So we were dominant and we were moaning about those other supporters. But I'm saying this now because we're doing exactly the same thing that they were doing years ago. We haven't got a divine right, Chelsea, to be successful. We haven't got a divine right to feel as though we should be challenging every single season, especially now after what's happened in the last couple of seasons with the humongous changes in every single aspect of our football club. We don't have a divine right. You've got to earn it. And to earn it and to be challenging in the Premier League, you need the blend of experience with youth, and you need to get that right. Chelsea have no experience. That's it. We've got Thiago Silva. Who else has got a wealth of experience in that squad, apart from your Chilwells and your Reece Jameses, I guess, maybe Trevor Chalobah for a couple of seasons. But who else in that squad has got a wealth of experience that we had in a dominant period of time? Now, we have to understand that. We can't be these supporters that just walk around like we should have a divine right. We should just be up there automatically. We need to earn the right. Now, I will say this on the flip side of everything. I will say this, that some performances have been bad this season. Points we've thrown away have been disappointing. And our league position is disappointing currently. But if you look at that league table right now and you look at the points and the games in hand that we've got, a couple of wins, 2, 3, 4 wins, and we're going to be right up there challenging for the Europa Conference League. And you look where we finished last season to where we could potentially finish this season, and there is progress. We've been moaning for 2 years we can't score goals. We're scoring goals aplenty, but we're conceding at the moment because we've got an inexperienced backline. We've got an inexperienced goalkeeper. So what do you do? What do? Do you sit and accept the situation, or do you just continuously moan about everything and anything? Now, for me, there is progress. I mean, West Ham, we're 5 points off West Ham with 3 games in hand. Come on. Now, I'm seeing a lot of things as well where people are talking about the manager changing. And Pochettino, could he go at the end of the season? He needs to go, blah, blah, blah. There's no playing style. There's none of this, none of that. What do you people expect is going to happen if a brand new manager comes in with this squad of players? They're not going to do a Jose Mourinho. They're not going to do a Carlo Ancelotti. And they're not going to do an Antonio Conte and win the league in the first season with this squad of players, because they need time to gel, time to develop together, and just time to grow. So if you get rid of Pochettino this summer, bring somebody else in. They still need to install their ideas on the players, their playing style, which will take a season. So what happens if in that season we have a repeat of what we're seeing now, what we saw last season? Are you guys calling for Pochettino's head, going to accept that next year again? Or will you sit and moan and bleat like just bitches about this situation? Or do you look at the bigger picture in all of this and say, let's understand we've had to reset everything. The owners, the board, the club itself, everything is changed from what it used to be. The playing staff, the management team, everything. It's ridiculous. I'm seeing all sorts of nonsense going about. We're going to investigate the physiotherapy unit because they're having an effect on Chelsea's players. Pochettino's training schedules have an effect on the players. Injuring players and all this. We've got injury-prone players. You have to accept that. Every football club has a number of players that are injury-prone. And Reece James, unfortunately, is one of them. Ben Chilwell, possibly. And there's reports that we could look to sell Reece James. Now, we don't want to see that. That would be an absolute just travesty if that happens. But on the flip side of it, if the guy's going to miss most of the season, every season, what's the point of keeping him? But when he is fit, he's the best right back in the world, so you have to keep him. When he's fit, he needs to prove his fitness. I don't want to see Reece James going. Of course I don't. He's integral to what we're trying to do in the future. So all I'm trying to do with this video is say there's just so much nonsense, so much negativity, so much bullshit that's being spouted and being written and being said, and the feeling at the moment is all doom and gloom. It's just a complete nightmare situation. We're this, we're that, we're shit, we're this, the manager's this, the players are this. My God, have some bloody perspective for once and just understand you don't have a divine right to be challenging automatically every season. You have to earn it. And the teams that are up there challenging, the Man Cities, the Liverpools and the Arsenal, have been built over a period of time. Yes, Liverpool's midfield's changed, but everybody else hasn't. They've implemented players gradually into that existing squad. The Nunez's, the Darwin Núñez, the Luis Diaz's of this world. They've been there for a couple of seasons already, and now they're kicking on. Chelsea players will do that, but they need the time to do it. The manager needs time as well. It's just an absolute situation where you just think, this is embarrassing. Yes, we all get frustrated when Chelsea play badly or throw points away. Of course we do, because we know we could be better. But what is better at the moment for you? Winning every single game. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. No one's going to do what the Arsenal did ever again, because the standard of the Premier League teams that are lower down fighting relegation are 10 times better than the teams that were lower down fighting relegation in Arsenal's invincible season. So we can sit and bitch and moan as much as you want, or you draw a line under it, look at the situation as it is, get behind the players and the team and the manager, and think, do you know what? If we get a good run of results and we finish in the Europa Conference League, that's a success. We looked at the beginning of this season, I did personally, and I said, after what happened last year, if we can finish anywhere near the European places, have a good cup run, it'll be a good season. We got into the final, yes, we threw it away, but played well. We got into the final of the League Cup, should have beaten Liverpool, everyone knows that. We're in the semi-final of the FA Cup against Man City, being written off again, as we always are, but we could turn up and do them and get into the final. We could. It could happen. On our day, we can beat anybody. On our day, we can lose badly to anyone. It's Jekyll and Hyde, but you never know what you're going to get, and that's why we're all going to turn up at Wembley and hopefully see Chelsea do the business. And if we finish anywhere near the Europa Conference League or even get in that, that's a successful season. We've got 9, 10 games to go, whatever it is. It's not over. People are talking like it is. It's just, I get why people are frustrated because all they've probably known in their lifetime is Chelsea being successful. But I bring you back to the point I made at the beginning. We haven't got a divine right to be up there automatically challenging season in, season out, regardless of who the manager is, regardless who's playing. Forget that. Get real. Get a grip. Understand you have to earn it. And right now we're not, because we've got an inexperienced squad that will grow with experience. The only way you're going to grow is to give the manager time, the squad time, the club time to get it right. Yes, the Bowleys and Clear Lakes of this world have made mistakes. Hopefully going to learn from them. But it's a roller coaster. It always is with Chelsea. It always has been for years. Ever since I've supported them I'm approaching 44 years supporting them now, since the age of 6. So just get a grip, people. For God's sake, get a grip. Sorry, but I had to record it. I just watching what I'm watching, reading what I'm reading is a joke. It really is. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me or you got a completely different opinion? If you have, fair play. Everyone's entitled. Let me know. Comment section. Drop a like on it. Subscribe. See you soon.